Okay, I want to talk about conforming, sugarcoating, wearing masks, putting on the facade, still trying to prove something to this world. Conformity is most of our problem in this world, is when we think that we need to conform to something. Conformity is making us stupider. Conformity is dumbing us down. Going by the norms is causing us to stay in this place of ignorance in our life. And see, the reason why most people will not see this is because people do not understand themselves. They don't understand understanding itself, so they're not going to understand what someone like me is speaking here. And what does a lack of knowledge and understanding do? It destroys the people. It's destructive because it doesn't know. And people that still have a bunch of questions, people that don't know things, people that don't understand themselves as well as other people, they are the weak people. And I'm not talking about being weak with muscles. I'm not talking about that kind of weakness. I'm not talking about weak in the way people might think I'm talking about weak. I'm talking about weak as in not understanding what is really going on with things. And see, in order to understand things, we have got to be willing to self-reflect on ourselves. If we're not willing to call out every little detail, if we are not willing to dive deep into the abyss of understanding, you see, the abyss of understanding, few people will ever dive to those depths. It's only a few people. And I've come to accept the fact that my channel is not going to be a big channel because I am not saying what the majority of people say. I am not trying to fit in anywhere. I am not trying to mold myself into a caste. You see, I'm not a mold. I am not a caste. I am none of those things. The only thing that matters to me is having an understanding of life itself. Because the more that you understand, the more that you learn for yourself, the more you will be able to deal with situations in life. The more you will have control over yourself. And see, most people, they do not have control of themselves. They don't have control of their emotions. They don't have control of their habits. They don't have control of their health. They don't have control of anything. And then they wonder why everything is out of control. And do you want to know why there is this anxiety, pandemic, this depression pandemic going on? This is because people are still conforming. They are still thinking in a conformist way. It's just like I have an example that I was sitting here thinking of. Say that a woman walks into a room and it's got 5 men in there. And she comes in there with these huge breasts, hard nipples, a big butt. She's thick and we'll just say she's an attractive woman. But see, what's to say she's an attractive woman? You know, it's just the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You can't call someone ugly or beautiful. That's all in the eyes of the person that is saying that. It doesn't mean that the other person's going to think that. But say that she walks into this room, and when she walks in there, there's 5 men in there that have no understanding of themselves. They have no understanding of a lot of things because they're ignorant and they're conformists, and they just go by all the norms. They go by what social media and all this stuff says. And when this woman walks in, they're like, oh man, wow, look at that. And see, only weak-minded, ignorant men will say something like that amongst themselves, because all that you're looking at is a woman. You are looking at a person. See, this is how much we've been conditioned and indoctrinated and brainwashed with TV, social media, school, being famous, being liked, and all this. Listen, you realize that is all a part of the conformity. It's all a part of the conformity here. And most of us are still in a conforming way of thinking. This is where all of these problems is coming from. Because, see, when that woman walks in the room, there's a reaction. See, reacting, there's way too many things for us to react to. This is why we have all this anxiety. This is why we have all this depression, because we are overstimulated with stuff. Women putting on all this makeup, women trying to flaunt their body with everything they do. Everything they do is about flaunting their body. Do women know how to do anything else today? And do men know how to do anything else today besides bragging about material things? Besides doing what everybody else is doing in the way that they're doing it? See, individualism is almost like, it's like individualism lost. It's almost like a lost thing today, because there's something that George Carlin said. No, Charles Bukowski said. He said, communication is the greatest destroyer of talent. See, most people they won't even understand what that means. They won't even get what that means. Now some people might get it, but communication is the greatest destroyer of talent, because it makes everybody like everybody else. And then when everybody likes everybody else, then this thing goes on where we're all emulating one another. We're all conforming to what's going on. We're all like, I have to be like him. I have to impress her. I have to look this way. I have to act this way. I have to get this reaction. And see, this is what is causing all of our anxiety. This is what's causing all of our depression. It's what's causing all of these thoughts in our head, and we don't even realize it. That's why I'm laughing, because it's funny. It's funny. If we can't laugh at this, if we're taking this seriously, then you know that you are still stuck on the conformity. You're still stuck on thinking you have to be a certain way for them. You have to get a reaction. You have to have people like you. See, listen, it's understanding over liking. Now, when you hit the like button, that is different from liking me. See, I don't need people to like me. I don't need people to like me. I want people and need people to understand themselves above all and understand life. That's why I do these videos, so that we have an understanding of what we're doing to ourselves, of what we're saying to ourselves, of how we're living every day, of the things we're thinking every day. But see, when we don't understand this, then we are ignorant of this. And I lost my train of thought where I was going, but this is what is causing most of our problems. It's a lack of understanding. It's a lack of knowledge. It's a simple lack of knowledge and understanding. And if we don't understand ourselves, then that means that we are liable to be out of control. You see? And that's what I wanted to talk about is when you like my video, it's not that you're saying, I like you. If you like me in your spare time, that is absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But see, this is irrelevant to anything. It's irrelevant if people like me or like you. It's irrelevant. Do we understand? Do we have an understanding of ourselves? Because if we have an understanding of ourselves, then we have an understanding of the way things are. We have an understanding of what we're doing to ourselves, what we're saying to ourselves, the way we're reacting to things. You see, the way that we're reacting to most stuff, it's because we're thinking like a conformist. We're still going by all of the things that the news, that the TV, listen, I don't even watch TV. And I will be even so bold to say, if someone is still watching TV, you're more than likely still blind. You're more than likely still arrogant to the fact that you are caught up in the conforming of things. Now, what do? I watch YouTube. I watch videos with Osho. I watch George Carlin. I watch Charles Bukowski. I watch Arthur Arcturus. I watch Flirting with Disaster. Things like that. People that are speaking of what I'm speaking with because I understand what is going on here, and I know other people that understand because I understand. And it's only the people that don't understand this that will have all of these things to say because they are still not in control of their own feelings. They are not seeing that the very thing that we're reacting to is the very problem. See, when you have a tribe of people, you don't have peeping Toms in a tribe of people. You don't have pedophiles in tribes of people. See, this is something we've created. We've created this stuff. We're creating our reality as we speak. And here's why there's no peeping Toms or pedophiles in tribes. Because the day that they are born, they are naked amongst one another. See, there's nothing to react to there. So therefore, there's no anxiety. There's no depression. There's none of the things that we have in corporate America that so many people have because we are in a conformist society. And really, let me take that back. There is no society. Society is a part of it's our imagination. There is no society. It's just people going to work, coming home, people going to the store, going home. There is no society out there. See this? You have to realize how much we have been lied to. We have been lied to, y'all. See, if there's nobody that's talking about this, then nobody's going to understand, because there are so many sugarcoaters. There are so many people that are enabling one another because they themselves have been enabled. And it's just like Louis Farrakhan was talking about something in a video where he said, no, we didn't do what our fathers did. See, we didn't do what our fathers did. We didn't do the things they did. But we are still living with that past thing that went on, and we're not dealing with it. This is the problem. We're not dealing with it. And then what do we do when we're not dealing with things? We're hiding behind things. We're putting on the mask of things. We are conforming to things. We don't understand things. We are blind to things. The wall is there and we cannot see past the wall because the wall is all of these things. See, it's like this. When I woke up today, there was something telling me, Nate, just take it down a bit. Take it down a bit, Nate. But see, that very thought is an enabling thought saying, Nate, take it down a bit. See, that's me saying, well, go back to the old concepts. Go back to the old ways. Calm down and don't let anybody know anything. Stop doing what you're doing. Just slow down what you're doing. No. See, I'm not listening to that voice anymore because there are people. We have got to hear this. This has got to get out. And see, when you like the video, because when you like the video, it's getting out to more people. If you resonate with this energy, it's not about you liking me. I don't want no one to like me. I want us to understand understanding itself. I want us to understand ourselves through and through. I don't care about being liked. I don't care about none of that stuff. That is not what you're doing when you like my video. Now you might think that now, but what I mean when you do that, this energy needs to get out. This energy has got to be heard. If nobody hears the words, if nobody's listening to the words, then there is no way that they're ever going to do anything to change because they don't think they have to change. They are stuck where they're at. And this is what people that are sugarcoating stuff and enabling you are doing. They are keeping you in your ignorance. They never stir you up. They never ruffle your feathers. They never anger you. They never do anything to get you thinking outside of the box of the norm of conformity. It's just conform. Do this, stay in this mold, keep doing this thing. You're comfortable here, so you don't have to do anything. No, you're not included with this. It's not us. I'm talking to everybody else, but it's not us. It's not us. See, this is the very fabric of what I'm talking about. When we're saying shit like, it's those people, but not us. It's them, but not me. And when we do that, all that we're doing is we are blocking out the fact that we are a part of the problem that will keep being the problem because we are allowing it to keep being that way. This is just like with anything. This is just like with the music, the violent music you hear. The reason that it keeps going is because us idiots keep supporting it. We keep supporting these guys talking about guns and violence and, murder, murder, murder. I mean, it's if you are not bothered today with certain things, like if you are not bothered by some of these YouTube shorts or channels. Now listen, there is good and bad to everything. Just like the internet, just like capitalism, just like YouTube, Instagram, there are good and there are bad. But see, there's more bad because we're so used to doing the bad habits. Because it's so easy to do the bad habits. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be like everybody else. It's so easy to not think outside of the box. It's so easy not to change anything about yourself. And see, I'm absolutely disgusted when I see, and this is not a video of me blaming. This is just a video of me calling out things for how they really are. But when you have a video where these people will put a puppy in a well or something and act like they're saving the puppy, these people are an abomination. They are an abomination unto being someone in their right mind. Somebody that understands that it's not right. It's not right. And then people that do videos where, what's another example of videos? There's a lot of examples where people will act like something bad is happening. They'll set it up like this one kid was in a video where he had a PlayStation 3 or 4, and this lady's coming up to him going, well, I'll give you $500 for it and just give me the PlayStation. And they're setting the video up to make it look like that's actually happening, and it's not happening. They're tricking people. They're deceiving you into getting views. See, what people are doing for views today, it is absolutely sickening. It's absolutely disgusting what people are doing for views. It's absolutely sick what people will do to say, like me. Give me views. I am something special. I'm helping and saving people. And they're really not doing that. They're just making it look like they're doing it for views, for clout. And this is not genuine. It's not real. It is trickery. And there are so many lies being put up in front of our faces, and we're falling right for it. We're falling right for the trickery every day. So, all that it comes down to is, do you know this for yourself? Do you know these things for you? See, if you don't know it for you, then you are a culprit in the jest of what is going on in the world. You are involved with that. You are a part of the problem itself. We are a part of the problem itself if we are not doing something to understand what's going on. Just like they said about what people did in the past. No, we did not do that. We did not do what happened in World War II. We did not do, I'm German myself. I'm mostly German myself. And I am ashamed. I am absolutely at odds with what my ancestors have done. Now, I'm not saying that it was any of my ancestors that did it, but still, we are all on this earth together. We are all here. And what we have done in the past, it was human beings that did this to human beings. And there are a lot of things today that we are still not willing to face. We are still not willing to stop talking about. It's just like Morgan Freeman said about Black History Month. He said, I don't want a Black History Month. You know, if you would quit calling me a black man, and I would quit calling you a white man, then we wouldn't have this problem. You know, call me a man, call me a human, call me a person. See, this whole thing with comparing one another, you know, black versus white, America versus Russia. It just goes on and on and on and on because we are the ones that are allowing this to keep going on because we are ignorant of what we're doing. And what today is doing, the more things that we have, it is making us stupider. It is dumbing us down. It's making us more less independent as people to find things out for ourselves because everything's just right there for us. Why would I have to change? Why would I have to figure out anything? Why would I have to do anything if everything's just right there for me? It's like when you get on a computer, everything is just right there for you to click. Everything is just right there for you to get. Everything is just right there. If you're someone that wants to make music, which I don't see as music anyway, I see it as an abomination to the arts. You know, you can just go and clip and paste loops. You can just clip and paste drum rhythms. You can clip and paste samples from other people's music. This to me is theft. It's stealing. It is plagiarism in its core. And we don't realize that when we don't start something from scratch, we will never understand. We will never get to make it our own because we're trying to emulate something else. We're copying something else. We're taking from something else. See, this is why everything I do in my life, everything I've ever done, I've started from the beginning, the bottom up, so to speak. I started from scratch because that means that it's my own thing. I'm making it my own thing. It's from the beginning. It's like taking ingredients and making your own meal with it. And we don't realize that when we do this, we're dumbing the art down. We're making ourselves stupider. We're not limiting ourselves. See, people think that limiting yourself is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. When I had a Roland JDXI synthesizer drum machine, I had made some of the best beats that I ever made on that little thing. And I have like 200 some beats on there. I have like 200, I don't know, 67, 68 beats. I don't know what it is, but I have 200 some patterns on that alone that I made because I was limited. I had one drum track. I had one analog and two digital synths. I had four parts, four tracks. I had four tracks. And me limiting myself, it made me more creative. See, it made me more creative the less I had. It made me think more. It made me dig deeper. And see, why do we not want to go into the abyss of understanding? Why do we not want to sink to the depths of the abyss, of our own abyss? Yes, it's very dark. There's going to be all kinds of things there that you're not going to be prepared for. There's going to be all kinds of things you're not used to. It's going to be very alien to you. But this is what is going to show you understanding itself. This is what is going to make you understand things for yourself. You're not going to have to ask other people questions. You're not going to have the approval of people. You're not going to have people like you anymore because you like yourself. You understand yourself. You can be you all the time. You don't have to prove things. You don't have to put the mask on or the facade. You don't have to wear this thing for people and try to be this thing for people. See, this is what understanding does. And this kind of energy, see, this energy, the things I am speaking on, this is shunned by most people simply because most people don't understand what they're doing. And we're still in a conforming way. See, this, like I said, this is why there's all this anxiety. This is why there's all of these problems today. This is why our day and age is the things that are happening. It's why young men are suicidal. It's why women are suicidal. It's why people are not liking life, because they still think that they have to go by the conformity. They still think that they have to be pretty for people. They still think that they have to dress a certain way and they have to be a certain way. And then they're getting down on themselves because they think they have to be that way. See, this is how a majority of people think. And this is the problem in and of itself, is if we do not decondition from the conditioning that we've been lied to about, that we have been tricked into, that we've been made to think is the way to be. See, if we don't decondition from that, then we are never going to get to a spot where we can say, okay, I understand what's going on here. I get it. And you can help yourself a lot better. You see, and this is why I say individualism lost, because communication is the greatest destroyer of talent. You see, liking me is actually destroying me. It's destroying who I am when somebody has to think that they have to like me to fit in. That's irrelevant. That's not what it's about. It's, do you understand me as well as yourself? But you don't even have to understand me. Understand yourself. That is what matters. You are you. I am me. You are never going to be anybody but you. I'm never going to be anybody but me. And there's no changing that fact. It doesn't matter what people say to you. It doesn't matter how much they fluff your feathers or give you a sugary coating job or enable you in stuff. These people, see, the thing is, we have all been enabled here. We have all been enabled. And I used to hate when I heard this. I used to hate when my aunt told me this. She said, your family is enablers. People are enabling you to keep doing what you're doing. And I used to hate hearing that because I didn't want to know the fact that I was enabling myself and people were enabling me, and we were all enabling one another. And see, this is the thing. Our pride and our ego and this conditioned wall, this conforming wall that's like this, that most people just can't see past because it's so ingrained. It's so ingrained in us from what we've been taught and what we've been conditioned with, that letting that wall down, it feels like it's some kind of burden. It feels like it's something that's foreign to you, something that you just can't do, because if you let go of that, then what am I going to have? What am I going to have? And I know this sounds so strange, but I was willing to die before I died. I was willing to give everything up. I was willing to lose everything. I was willing to lose all my subscribers on this channel. I was willing to lose views. I was willing to have people not like me, for people to stop enabling themselves, to understand themselves. See, I was willing to do all this stuff. And yet again, I'm losing train of thought because, going on like this in these videos, it's not always, some days I can go longer than other days and some days I can't. But yeah, it's just, the more that you and I understand things, the more control we have over ourselves and this life and what we're doing and what we're saying and how we're acting and reacting to things. But see, this is why our generation is so fucked up. It's why everybody's minds, thought patterns are so screwed up, because we are still listening to all the conforming aspects. And then we react. See, we react to everything. We're so used to that stimuli. We're so used to this stimuli of liking someone. We're so used to this stimuli of, I gotta be a certain way. I have to get a reaction from people. And see, this is what is making people like this. It's messing with our psyche doing this stuff. It even messes with mine sometimes. I won't lie. I am a YouTube addict. I'm on the internet all day long, so I can't be a hypocrite. I can't really say too much about some things because I'm involved with some things, but I know my limits. I understand my limits. I understand what it is that I'm doing when I'm pushing the envelope too far, or if I'm not doing enough for myself. And this is what I'm going to keep talking about. I'm going to keep talking about this. I don't care if I have 5 views on my channel. I don't care if I don't get that many subscribers, because I know I'm not doing what a majority of the people are doing. But see, they don't even realize when you say something like that, that's where it's at. That's where you're going to understand yourself within, because you're going to look within with everything. You're not going to keep looking on the outside. You're not going to keep looking at everybody, what everybody else is doing, and worrying about the world and what everybody else is saying, how everybody else is reacting to stuff, because they don't even know they are the idiots themselves. They are the stupid people. They are the ignorant people. They're the ones that are doing these things to themselves, and they don't even know they're doing it. They cannot even see that they're doing it because they're not willing to admit that they're doing it. See, this is where some kind of conviction has got to come. There has got to be conviction for this to do something. If someone's not convicted, or someone is not stirred up, or someone doesn't get their feathers ruffled, or someone does not get shook, sometimes you have to shake people. Sometimes you have to make people angry for them to understand things. I don't want to be this antagonist guy. I don't want to be the antagonist, but it's almost like that's my calling now. And see, the reason I would be labeled or thought of as an antagonist is because people don't understand themselves. They don't understand that I'm really not the antagonist. I'm doing this because I understand what's going on, but I know there's some people that might not understand certain things, and I'm going to be looked at as an antagonist, when really it's for the best interests of myself to reflect on myself about it. Because yet again, it does not matter. It's I don't have to know people personally. I don't have to be with people personally. If you're listening and you're hearing this and it's going in here somewhere and you can discern it in here, and even the mind is a problem. Even our mind is a problem. Thoughts are a problem, but it's not saying that you're not going to think. It's just having control over that thinking. Know that what you're thinking is really not going on most of the time, and be able to discern some of the things you're thinking are tricking you into believing certain things. It's making you react to certain things because all this stuff that we're being bombarded with, the TV, social media, our family, our parents, our friends, the world, school, just everything that you can think of that we're being bombarded by. And that stimuli is the problem. That stimuli of we have to get a reaction, we have to be a certain way, we got to look a certain way. That is the problem in and of itself. This is what is causing most of our problems, if not all of our problems here. So yet again, it all comes down to reflecting on ourselves. If someone's not willing to reflect on themselves, then they're never going to get this. They're never going to get this. And if you're not willing to not be a part of the majority, if you're not willing to take time for yourself to understand this, it's just not going to click. It's just not going to click. So anyway, I'll let y'all go with that. Yet again, thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. This is very important. If you do anything, you don't have to support me by donating. You don't have to get any of my art stuff. You don't have to do anything. You don't got to comment, like the video. That's all that I ask. And I'm not telling you to like it to like me. I'm telling you to like it so that you understand this for yourself, so that other people can understand this for themselves. Because if this doesn't get out, then we're never going to understand this. We're never going to stop doing some of the things we're doing. And we're never going to do some of the things that if we would do different, it wouldn't be the way that it is. See, this is why if it doesn't get out, then it's useless. It's pointless. There's no reason for it if it doesn't get out. If people are not hearing it, it's not doing anything. So don't be scared. Don't be fearful. Don't let fear consume you. Stop letting the fear of fear itself consume you, because what you're fearing, it's not real. It's not a real thing. You think that it's real. It's not real. It's not real. It's a lie in your head. Don't listen to the shit. So anyway, if I ask anything, like the video. That's all that I ask. And if you want to support my channel, that's completely up to the person that wants to do that. I appreciate anything that I get, because giving is one of the most important things too, is giving. And when somebody does that helps in ways that people just don't know that it's helping behind the scenes of things, So yet again, take care of yourselves. That's all you can do here in this life, is take care of yourself. We got to get it in our minds that nobody will ever understand us. Nobody will ever have your vision. No one will ever do what you want to do in life. No one is going to come and save you from your health problems, from what you're eating, from the way you think. Nobody is coming for you. If you don't come for yourself, if you don't look within yourself, then you're going to keep having these problems. It's going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going. It's not going to stop. We got to get this through our thick, prideful, egotistical skulls, that as long as we're blocking it out, as long as we're hiding from fear, because this is what fear does. It hides us. It hides us away. As long as we keep letting that happen, then we're going to keep having all these issues We're going to keep doing all the same things that we do every day to ourselves. If we're having problems, I'm not saying that everybody is having a lot of problems, because most of the time it takes problems to change. It takes drug addiction to change. It takes a death in a family to change. It takes health disease to change. It takes hard things. It takes being in the abyss of understanding to change. So don't be scared of the abyss. The abyss is just a huge empty space of darkness that has little creatures here and there and little sharp rocks here and there. But most of the time, you're not going to hit that anyway. You think you're going to. You think that you're going to run into Leviathan. You think that you're going to see some kind of big monster. You think you're going to hit a sharp rock. You think that in the dark, there's something there coming to get you. You see, it's shadow projecting. We're all shadow projecting onto the world what we need to be looking at in ourselves, because that's where it's at. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Right here. And I'm not throwing up a rock symbol or a one-eye symbol. This is my symbol, neutrality, with, half black, half white. This is my symbol here. But like I said, I don't live by symbols. It's just, it is a metaphor to explain what I'm talking about. And then in the meantime, if we're looking at both sides, always going like this, the pendulum is always going to be swinging. But see, the more we can control and understand, the less the pendulum will be swinging, and we can just see it for this. We can say, okay, it's this way. And I'm here, and I understand myself, and I understand what I'm doing to myself, and I understand why I'm reacting to the things I'm reacting to, and I get it. And it's not the same for everybody. Your thing is not going to be like anybody else's. It is your unique thing. It is your authentic thing. It is only for you what you have to know for yourself. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they're telling you. It does not matter, because all they're doing is enabling you, sugarcoating everything, putting up the mask and facade, talking about something they really don't know nothing about. And you got to look into things for yourself. If we don't look into things for ourselves, we're never going to get this. We got to stop looking towards other people to do this for us, y'all. So I'm out. Later, y'all. Thank you.